We have Jignesh and Mehul who will be taking care of the integrations part. So it's a beautiful technical presentation on how Apex can be used as a messaging system. Right, over to you, Jignesh, and good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and I hope you all are fine and doing well, and stay safe during this situation, especially. Myself, Jignesh Patel, and I am the principal Oracle Forms and Apex consultants. I am involved in developing of customized ERP solutions, especially in case of client versions on premises or cloud ERP with help of Oracle Forms and Apex. I'm specialized in Oracle Forms to Apex migrations. Nowadays, people are and customers are looking for it how to migrate the Oracle Forms in Apex. So we do have the very good knowledge in migrations of Oracle Forms in Apex. I would like to thank first of all Inox to give me such a wonderful opportunity to demonstrate how the Slack integrations we can integrate the Slacks with the Oracle Apex. First, today agenda is what is Slacks, why Slack integrations with the Oracle Apex, what versions I have used and database versions I have used to achieve this task, how to create a Slack account and how to integrate with the Oracle Apex. So what is the Slacks actually? Normally the people comes to know that what is the Slack. So Slack is the new way to communicate with your teams and your customers, and it's allowed faster, better organized and more secure than the emails. Slack allows to create the multiple channel messaging platforms, and it is an instant real-time messaging tools which allow for easy discussions between the teams and customer. Okay, why Slack integrations required with the Oracle Apex? Oracle Apex is such a wonderful platforms which allow you where we can design the mobile-enabled real-time help desk support portal. Normally, the Slack allowed to create the multiple channels, and each channels we can treat it as per our requirement. You can able to see that in the Slacks. In a Slacks, the channel option is available where you can able to create your own channel. So who can able to utilize this functionality? Who can able to implement these things? So whoever are in the software service provider, financial service provider, customer service providers, industries, they can able to use this functionality. Use case, let's say we are in the software service provider, how we can use the Slacks and how we can integrate the Slacks with the Apex. What is the use? So in a Slacks, we can create n number of the customer as we are providing the software. So we do have the n number of customer. So let's say example, I have created over ABC underscore customer and XYZ of customer. So you can create your own channel based on your requirement. Now, the greatest example of the Slack which is used in Oracle Apex, if you can go to Oracle Apex, oracle.apex.world, there you can able to see how they have integrated Slacks very nicely. Okay, what currently I have used the Apex 20.1 versions, and with that I have used Tomcat 9.0 application server, and we will make sure that SSL has secure connections, and database we have used over here is 18C, but any later versions you can also integrate. You can use that. It's a demo time. Let's go ahead with the demo, and then we will go ahead with how we have integrated. So demo means what is the Slack applications and what is the Oracle applications. So I will take you in that initially. This is the Slacks, as I am sure that you people are aware that. So here is you can able to see that I have my own channels. Yeah, so when I will click on the channels, I have created ABC customer, XYZ customer. This is my channels, and this is my user who are going to support to that customer. So now I will take you in this Apex applications. Here you can able to see that I have designed one test area where you can able to see your all the company channels. Okay, which customer? The company channel is nothing but my customer. So whoever is logging, the customer once will log in, he can able to see his own channel only. So here, let's say I have the ABC customer. I'm logging with this my ABC customer. He can register the complaint. Let's say, hi, sales module is not working. Can you just have a look on it? So the moment he will register the complaint, automatically it will come to your Slacks. So when I will go to the ABC customer, see here I got the message, hi, the sales module is not working. So whoever are the representative for this particular channel, he can respond the message and he can give the solutions. Let's say I have given the reply, hey, you can check, it's working fine. So once I will go here, and the moment user will back to this, he can also able to get the message here, hey, can you please check, it's working fine. Yeah, so this is the showcase actually. What exactly we have used over here, very simple method actually. So in a Slack are providing the API methods. With the help of these API methods, I have converted that API into the view manners. So in Oracles, we have created the view based on the API. So this is this channel is coming from the view, and here I have used the post method, and here is the Slack reports. Here you can able to see the Slack report. So normally I have used the Slack methods to get the API from the Slacks and integrate with the Oracle Apex. Now let's go ahead with this my presentations. Okay, step 2, integrate with the Oracle Apex. Yeah, so how we can integrate this Slacks? So there are the 3 basic steps we need to keep in mind. Step number 1, to configure the Slacks. Step number 2, to configure your Oracle database sites. And third number step, to create or design your page in the Apex. So on a step 1 Slacks, here what you have to normally do, you can go to, you set up your company, just go to slack.com and follow the wizard. You can create your company over there. Once your company get registered, workspace get registered, so you can create your own channels. By default, Slack will giving the channel called random and general, but you can create your own channels. Once your channel get created, you have to create your apps in a workspace to get the API. And then you have to create the 2 access token. One is the auth access token and the bot user access tokens to get the API access. How to configure from step number 1 to 4, you can go to my blogs where I have given the entire details, how to configure the Slacks, how to configure your channels, how to create apps in the workspace, and how to configure your tokens. So you can easily go to my blog and you can get the entire details over there. Second step is the Oracle DB sites. What normally you have to, let's say you have your own application server, then you have to make sure that you have to download the certificate from the Slack websites, and that certificate you have to involve in your Oracle wallet. So if you people don't know how to create the Oracle wallet, how to configure the certificate in the wallet, you can reach to my blog and you can see the steps over there. And then third step is how to create the page which normally communicate with the Slacks. Okay, so how the Slack methods are working. So normally the Slacks is based on scopes and method. If these 2 components are very useful to get the API. The scope is nothing but they have the 2 major scopes, bot token scopes and user token scopes. Bot token scopes is govern what your apps can access, and user token access the user data, act on behalf of user that authorize them. And another option, it is called the method. We have to make sure that there are the 4 basic methods I have used over here. One is the conversation list to get the channel names, user list to get the usernames, conversation history to get the conversation history for that particular channel, and chat.post message. This is the method with post message that we can post our message to the Slacks. Make sure that each and every method it's have own scope. Make sure that all the list of the scope, it should be there in each and every method. Okay, this is the designs which we already given the presentations in Apex, how this is going to work. So here you can able to see the Slack channel. Okay, so I have the channel. This is the selected list items. For this, I have used the conversation.list method. What I have done, I have get the API from this Slacks and converted into the view. So here I can able to get the select list items. Another option, the chat.post message method. Based on the API, I have created the procedure which will post the message. Then here you can able to see the Slack reports. Slack report is nothing but the conversations happens between the end user and the customer. So here also I have used the 2 different method, user list view to get the usernames, and another ones I have used conversation.history, because the conversation.history only have the conversations user code. So we cannot able to derive the name. So that is the reasons we need to use the user.list also. I will go one by one. Slack method to get the API. Okay, I was talking about the first method is the conversation list. What is the conversation list? Use of the conversation list is to get the channel list. Let's say ERP, general, or random. This is my channel names. How you will derive with the help of conversation list method. So you can create your API. How to create the API? You can go to my blogs and there you can get the idea how to create the API. Once your API is ready, we can create the view based on API. I have created the view. It is called Slack CIS channel names. And the same view I am using here in my select list. So here you can able to see that what is the Slack page, and in the left hand side you can able to see in my Apex I have created the selected list. Another API is the user list API. This user list method is generally used to get the user names from the API. So I have created again the view based on the API. How I have created the view? So this is the syntax of the creating the view, and it's a fantastic functionality is available Apex web.service and make the request where you can able to access the secure API and you can get that API data into the view. Another option is the conversation.history. What is this conversations.history? Definitely whatever the conversation is happens between us and the customer, those data we can retrieve from the conversation.history method. So conversation.history will return the conversation text and user conversations ID. So here instead of creating the view, I have created the web source module based on the API. So here you can able to see that I have created the web source module Slack reports. Yeah, and in the Slack reports, I have created the derived columns. Why I have created the derived column? Because conversation.history, it's always written the user ID, where in case of we need the username. So that username, you can able to get it from defining the column type as a derived, and you can use the view which you have created for the user list and you can take the name. Another method, this is what we were talking about, to one-way communication to get the data from the Slacks. Now let's say we want to put the data, we want to put the message from the Apex and it should go to the Slack. So this is called post method. How to get the API for this post method? So that also here I have given the API format. Once you will get the API from the Slacks, you can create the procedure based on your API and you can pass your channel and text message parameter. Because these two parameters are most important. For which channel you are sending the message, it's the most important. So we have to create the procedure with these two parameters. One is your channel and one is your message. Once you will create this procedure, you can simply create your submit process in your Oracle Apex. In Oracle Apex page, create your submit process and call that procedure and pass the channel and channel message. So then easily the message will go to the Slack. I will just show you that one more options here. Let's say I do have here another channel. It is called XYZ customer. So when I will go to this my XYZ customer, let's say, hey, need your help. I just click on the send message. So this is my channel is XYZ customer. So post method is the most important. You should select your channel and you can select your message. Then only in a Slack for that particular channel, your message will go. See here, like that. Okay. Now, if you can go to this my blogs where you can able to see the entire screen-wise steps, you can able to find it. How we have configured the Slacks, how we have configured the API, everything you can get it from there. And how we have done the derived column based on the web source module. So when you will go to the web source module, you can create your own derived columns by passing the SQL expressions. So that's it. And thanks once again the Enox and the viewers to giving me such a wonderful opportunity to represent the Slack integrations. If you have any questions, you can reach me on this my Twitter's link.
Jignesh, there are a couple of questions for you. If you would like to answer now, I can do. Otherwise, you can have it at the end of our session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Bala, take it up.
All right. Thank you so much, Jignesh. I think with this we will move on to Mehul, integration to Telegram messages. On to you, Mehul.
Thank you. Richard, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Mehul. You can put it in presentation.
Am I audible, right?
Yeah. You can put it in presentation.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, friends. You have already seen the complete overview of how Slack is integrated with the Oracle Apex. So this is another messaging platform which can be utilized to send and receive messages, right? So Telegram is also a wonderful messaging platform. So we'll see. So before moving that, I'll give my introduction. My name is Mehul Pandya. I am founder of and principal Oracle Apex consultant of Pixify Consulting, and we provide different services like mobile ready enterprise application development and design and development of advanced BI reporting dashboard analytics portal using machine learning, and we do provide basic and advanced Oracle Apex training. So the next is our today's agenda. So what is Telegram bot? See, each and every messaging platform has certain method to get to access the API, right? So to access the API in Telegram, we need to create the bot, and why we are using Telegram, that we'll see. What is the basic reason behind using the Telegram, and what version I have used in terms of Oracle Apex and the database version, and last we'll see how to create bot with the proper steps. So now what is Telegram bot? See, Telegram bot is a third-party application which runs inside the Telegram, and users can interact with bots by sending them message, commands and inline requests. So you control your bots using HTTP request to using the bot API. So to access the API, the bot is a critical component. So that we'll see how to create bots and everything. So why we are using Telegram? So why I have chosen Telegram for integration? Because it's free, it's very easy to use, it's secure, and it can be used to interact with individual, group and channels. And another major advantage we have, as you know, if we talk about the WhatsApp, we have limits of certain members or participants to be added in the particular group. But when we talk about Telegram, we don't have the limit is up to 2 lakh members. So it's a huge. So if you are working in a even small organization or even a large organization, so you can have department-wise groups or company-wide groups, and we can send some notification and messages to important updates, or we can send the reports and everything, right? So there are lots of options available for integration use case. So in today's session, we'll only focus on notification messages, but there are other use cases. Once you understand how to access the API, you will be able to implement this below use case. Like you can develop your own chatbot. You can also create a shopping based application. You can also offer payment services to Telegram users. Even you can send invoices, receipts, and you can even track the locations. So for this complete use case, I have implemented and I have used Oracle Apex 20.1 and Oracle Autonomous Transaction Processing database on Oracle, always free Oracle Cloud. So if you want to use on-premise database, you can use, but the main difference is you have to use the Oracle wallet to get the access of API. Now we'll see the steps to integrate with Oracle Apex. So the first step is when you install Telegram, so whether you install in a desktop or in a mobile device, so you have to search the bot father. So what is bot father? Bot father allows you to create a bot. So it produces it with the help of bot father. We can create a different kind of bots. So both gives you the access of APIs. So in the next step, how we should create the board. So you will get the list of commands. So when you search board further, so all the list of commands will be displayed, and / new board, with the help of this command you will be able to create a board. So there are two steps to create the board. First one is to give the meaningful and a unique name for the particular board, and the second is you have to give the username of board, right? So right now what I have done, I have created one board which name is Enoch_explore3, and after that what I have done, I have created a username for particular board. So here the rules are, if you want to create the user, you have to suffix with the board keyword, so it has to end with the board. Okay, so once you give the username, you will see the API to access token to access the APIs. So here you can see use this token to access the HTTP API, right? And it has to be stored in a secure and safely manner, because it can be used by anyone to control your board. So this you have to keep in mind. So once you get the API, now you will be able to access the API. So the next step is you have to search your board name. Okay. So we have already created one board that is Enoch_explore3. So when you search that board, you click that board and you will get the start button. So after start button, once user press, we have to fetch the ID of particular user to send the notification or message to that particular user. Now this board can be a part of your group as well as your channel, and obviously you can send it to an individual person. Okay, that we will see. So once user start the or interacts with the particular board, so you will get the user ID. So how you will get the user ID? So this particular user has started the board. Okay. So this is the basic query, and with the help of API, right? So the syntax is API telegram.org, and you have to use the token which is generated by creating a board, and the get updates is the API method name. So with the help of this, you will be able to see the person user ID, particular user ID, and the on which date particular person has started the command. So this you have to assign, or particularly you have to store it in the database. So later on you can send the notification. In the same way, you have to retrieve the group ID as well as the channel ID in order to send the notification. Now this is the query. Okay, so I'll share this presentation to everyone. So later on you can study this complete view. So you can create a report on that. So instantly you can come to know how many users have subscribed to your board or group or your channel. So basically what I have done, so with the help of JSON table functionality, I have created JSON response into the relational table. Now the second step is to send the notification. Now we have already got the token. So now we are able to access all the APIs. So with the help of a token and API, we can now send the notification to any user. So this is the method of sending the message. So how the message will be shown to user as below. And this is the there are two methods. So initially, if you want to just test it, then you just pass your particular user ID and the text to the API, and you will get the response. And at the same time, you can check your Telegram whether the message has been received or not. And this is the more comprehensive design of uses of that particular API. So I usually advise you design a function or procedure so it can be utilized later on any application, Oracle Apex application, and you can integrate to any process. That will see the simple message how we can send from the Apex app. So now we'll see the simple app. So I have created one simple app. So here you can see the users of particular, if you want to send the message user wise, or if you want to send a message to particular user. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll send this message to this user. So everybody right now who are part of the our Telegram group, so they will be able to see the message. Okay, now I'm sending this message. Okay, let's check. Okay, the message has been sent, so everybody now can see. So here you can see this is the our Innog India Oracle Apex group, and this bot is a part of this group, and now you can see the message has been received. So in order to send the message to particular group, what you have to do, you have to make this bot as an admin. Then only you will be able to send the notification. So I hope you have got the idea how to integrate Telegram with the Apex. Over to you, Bala.
Thank you, Mehul. That was an amazing presentation, I would say. I think this is going to have a real eye-opener for everyone to see how they can, connect Telegram to their Apex application, and well presented, in using our Apex web request method. Thank you for that, Mehul.
Thanks.
With that, we will move on.
Bala, there is a question for Mehul.
Sure.
Yeah.
Krija asks how to handle plop type messages. If there is any references to handle those data type, please share.
Actually, see, if you want to send the photo, or you can send audio, you can send videos. So there are other APIs. So see, my idea was to at least sensitize you people so you can understand how integration works. So later you can explore the Telegram API. So you will get the details. So it's very easy. You have to pass the URL of particular document or image, and that will be sent to the intended users or group.
Krija, hope that answers your question. Thanks, Mehul. Bala, over to you.
Thank you, Natarajan. Okay, so I'll share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Right, now we have our next presenter, which is Abhinesh. I would like to call him. I mean, he's our youngest, member of our group. A very passionate Apex developer. He's still pursuing his university, and an expert already. And that's the power. I mean, that's how I would always say. Apex is so friendly, developer friendly. And right now it's friendly enough that anybody could start it off. I mean, we don't call Abhinesh anymore a beginner. He's an expert on Apex. There are more to say about Abhinesh, but I would allow Abhinesh to talk about that. Over to you, Abhinesh.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to explore third edition of Oracle Apex Indian Office Server. So in this session, we are going to see how to learn configure Apex Office Print in Autonomous for printing a report. So it's important to export, and printing is required sooner or later as an essential part of Oracle Apex application from the database. So we are exporting the report using AOP. Before getting into this session, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Abhinesh from Panimalar Engineering College, pursuing BTech IT as a final year student, passionate in Oracle Apex. Recently, I have started to learn Oracle Apex and developed an application which helps to fight COVID-19 for local community, which is in production. So let's get into the agenda. what is Apex Office Sprint? Creating cloud account in AOP and installation of AOP in your Apex application, generating and customizing the AOP template, printing report in various formats, and the benefits of AOP. Finally, we see the demo. Okay, what is Apex Office Sprint? The AOP is used to export the data in the format we want. The data can come from the database or a REST or a graphical web service, or even component like report as an interactive report or a grid, or even classic report, etc. from the Oracle Apex. AOP is broadly classified into two types, cloud service and on-premise service. So cloud service, where the interaction going on between the browser and the ORDS app server, and the ORDS app server interact with the Apex database, and Apex interact with the AOP server. Data sent over the is in JSON format. So we let our Oracle Autonomous Database and Apex talk to the AOP cloud. The benefit of using the cloud service is printing using the latest version of AOP. In this session, we are going to use cloud version of AOP. So let's get into started. Firstly, go to apexofficesprint.com and create a cloud account in AOP. After signed up, you will be landed into your dashboard page where you find your components of your AOP cloud. I will show you in the demo. To download the AOP software, go to Getting Started menu in your AOP cloud, and you see the wizard. You can download the AOP software from there. After download the software, you unzip the downloaded files. Before installing the plugin, we need to run a script from the downloaded files. So navigate your application. In your application, go to SQL Workshop. So go to and then go to SQL script and select upload file, and select the file name called AOP database package.sql in unzipped AOP software. Label it a name and finally upload the script. Where the AOP database package SQL just you uploaded has a set of packages that allow you to interact with the AOP cloud. You will see the confirmation message down below as shown in the picture. If you receive an error called ORA01031, then ask your database administrator to grant the synonym privilege to your schema. Before installing the plugins, there are 3 plugins available in AOP called AOP Dynamic Action Plugin, AOP Process Plugin, and AOP Converter. Printing the report, we use the Dynamic Action. It's easy way to print. We'll see in the demo shortly. AOP process defined in the process before the header for certain situations for customizing the report. And AOP converter used to convert any type of file to a PDF without a template. For example, Word to PDF or etc. Let's install the plugin. Go to Shared Components and install the plugins as per the procedure. So select the file from the installed Apex installed AOP software. Inside that, you will see a directory called Apex. Inside, go to Apex version and select a version of your Apex. Inside, you will see a file name called Dynamic Action Plugin. So upload the file and install the plugin. Finally, you will be heading with this installation process. So after confirmation, you will be heading with your wizard progress, heading with the component setting, where you enter your API key over here. Get the API key from your dashboard page of your AOP cloud. That's it. Now we are ready to generate and customize the template. We'll see the demo shortly. I have chosen my application called Comida. In that application, I'm going to export the donate list report. So open the page designer for a particular page which contains the report, which you want to export the report. I have created a button for that report and named it as print. And I have created a dynamic action to the button which I have created. So set the event name as click. So now add a true event to your dynamic action and set the action as Apex Office Dynamic Action Plugin, which we can see in the drop down. And in the setting down below, you'll see a template. You'll see the template type template type, data type, and region static ID, where you set the template type as AOP template. By choosing the AOP template, we are telling the server to generate a template by default, which we can use to customize to our need. This avoids the need of building the template from scratch. Set the data type as classic region report, and before entering the static ID, your classic report should have a static ID. Assign that static ID in this region. Now set the affected element as null. By default, it will be as item. So now save and run the page. Here I have customized the button according to my convenience. Now we are ready to download the template. So let's get the template. Click the print button. Your template started to download in Word. Here is the template, downloaded template, where the hash donation and slash donation represents the starting and ending of your region report. Inside you will see the field called name. Inside you see the fields which represents the column of your template, column of your report, and you will see the donation region name, which represents your title of your report. I have customized the template and uploaded in the static application file. Now copy the file name without the reference link. Now come back to your dynamic action and set the template type as static application file. So here we are telling the server to use this template and generate the report. So set the output as Word doc, words. So that's it. Now we are ready to export them. Save and run them. Now open the application and click the print button. And your templates, your customized AOP report started to download. You can see that I have achieved my formatting, alignment, etc. in this template. So let's see the benefits of AOP. Simple printing, flexibility, quick and easy setup, scalable and secure. I guarantee you that AOP is the easiest way to export the report in the Apex. It is easy and secure. Further reference, there is a sample application in Apex Office Print. You can visit them in this link. Let's see the demo. One second. Okay. So can you see my page?
Yes,
Yeah.
Anish.
Yeah. This is my application, Comida, built for the COVID-19. So here is the donate here menu where you can find this. One second, sir. Where this is the report which I am going to export now. Now I click the print button. My report started to download in Word format. So I can quickly change the output format to my convenience. So one second. Here you can see the output type. So set the output type to your required format. So I will assign PDF format and run the application. Now I will download the AOP template. That's it. Here you can see I have downloaded my template, AOP template. That's it. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Abhinesh. That was a lovely presentation, and I'm sure you exactly demonstrated why AOP is a better solution when we come to talk about exporting report in Apex. And any questions for Abhinesh? Natajan, sir?
Yes, so there's one question. We have nice option in Oracle Apex in IG, Action, Download, Excel, Email, etc. Right? In my opinion, somewhat I feel this is least used feature. Am I right? Not getting her question fully, but she might be wondering why Office Print is needed. I think Apinesh can answer this question. She's asking, while there are options to download like a Excel or CSV file from the Apex report itself, what is the need for using the Apex Office Print? She's asking.
So AOP is secure, which is provided by the Oracle itself. AOP, Apex Office Print. So I refer AOP, and it's easy and quick. It takes less time to install the AOP in your application, and it's secure.
The other main advantage of using Office Print is you can download it in a PDF format. So that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can just create PDF reports out of Apex unless you have other BI solutions. That's the main advantage of using Office Print.
There is another plugin. It's called AOP Converter. Without the template, you can convert the Word to a PDF format. So AOP is better than other solutions.
Maybe to add on to what Abhinesh said, AOP is better when you're exporting your report in a customized format. Oracle Apex provides the export of all of them in the standard CSV format, and in case all of them in a table format. So if you want a very customized pixel perfect printing, and then I think AOP is much better suiting for it. So I wouldn't agree with that as the least used feature, but this is prominently used by most of the people across the world. Thank you, Abhinesh, for your presentation. I think with that we come to an end of the Explore third session. Thank you all for joining in. Really appreciate your time here. You could get connected with the Enog conversation on technicals in the Telegram chat, and soon we will be having the registration form open in our Enog website as well. After that, we would have a more formal registration to our group. Having said that, thank you all, and at this point in time, stay safe, keep social distancing, stay safe, take care all. Until we meet next time, we are here signing off. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.